Hello everyone, Rob here from Max Pack Brakes and Last Pack Mojo. I am very excited about this video I'm going to give to you today. It took a long time to put together, a lot of research had to be done. But I have not seen a video like this out there, so I thought I'd go ahead and put one together. There's going to be a lot of disclaimers in this video, just so it's very clear of what I'm trying to share with everybody out there. But I wanted to say I hope everyone is enjoying their Sunday. I know I haven't done a lot of videos here lately. It's just because I've been extremely busy working on a lot of things. But now some free time has come to me, so I'm hoping to get a lot more videos uploaded to you guys. But I want to provide really good content. As you know, I'm not doing breaks anymore. Just it wasn't in the cards for me. It was, it's hard to do coming from when you're living in Finland. So, it just was costing me too much. A lot of time had to be working, had to be done on that and so forth. So instead of doing the breaks, I thought, you know what, let me make videos and provide everybody with as much information as I can, hopefully help you guys out, in any which way I can, because I really do enjoy this, this community. I enjoy collecting, I enjoy helping others, and I enjoy just every aspect of this industry. So, without further ado, what is this video all about? Well, it is the top, I guess you could say top 5 breakers of 2020, online breakers that is. And if you don't know what a breaker it is basically where you can go online, purchase either into a break, and let's say that it is a hobby box for $500. You can't afford $500. You can get into said break and only pay a fraction of that cost to hopefully get a team that you want and so forth. And there's usually 26 other people involved in that same box. I don't want to go into a whole lot of detail because I'm sure you can look further online and see what breaks are all about. But I have not seen a video like this put together out there, so I wanted to go ahead and do it. And here comes all the disclaimers, okay? I wanted to be as biased as possible on this video. So I did not go out there and pluck, just key breakers out there, trying to make some breakers look good, trying to make some breakers look bad. I did not do that. What I did was I actually did a Google search for the best breakers online, and Beckett actually came up. Beckett had created their own list. So what I did was I used their list. So that way I can stay completely biased and not just go out there and pluck, breakers, and make it look like I was trying to favor somebody. So I used Beckett's list. And I will provide that link to the list in the description below. But just so as you can see, let me go ahead and, now I don't want to do that yet. But I'll show you here in a minute. But anyway, so I used their list. So it completely biased. I did not, like I said, I did not want to look like I was trying to favor somebody. Another thing is this, is just the numbers, okay? This is just to help the customer, and that is it. Just to better understand what they're, what these breaks are about and what the numbers are about. This, I don't care what the breakers are making. I don't care, about any of that, okay? It's just, at the end of the day, where can someone go and get the biggest bang for their buck? You know what I'm saying? Where are they going to get the most value if they get into a break? Okay? So that's what this is about. It's not to, diminish anybody, make somebody look bad or anything like that. It's, and this can be done by anybody, okay? It's very easy to do. I'll show you exactly what I did to get these numbers, and basically show you where you can get the biggest bang for your buck. Now, this is not including, the community. It's not including, specials that they've got going on. Some companies give points if you make a purchase. They give you so many points, like I know Layton's does. For every dollar you spend, you get a penny. And then you can actually use that later on down the line if you're looking to make another purchase. It doesn't account for that. This is just the basic numbers. They're easy to run. And so I wanted to give you guys those figures. Like I said, breaks are, I'll be honest with you, are probably one of the worst things you can get into from a financial and numbers point of view. Especially from like, if you run the numbers and odds of you actually getting a big hit, is probably one of the worst things you can do. But that being said, brakes are fun. I mean, I get involved with brakes all the time. Why? Because I love the community. I love the people in the community. It's just fun, you know, seeing the cars being pulled. You're sitting there on the edge of your seat, hoping to get that, you know, that big hit. It's like, you know, basically like gambling. It really is. But I'll make that video later on the actual statistics of when you get involved with brakes and how they astronomically go up when you're looking to get a big hit or profit, or, you know, get the cars that you're looking for. That'll be another video. But anyway, with this video, like I said, so it's not a, you know, a lot of these breakers, they have great communities and everything like that. So you know, I don't want to say anything bad about that. I enjoy getting into brakes because, like I said, I love the community, I love the atmosphere, I love the excitement. But I want to also get the most bang for my buck. Okay, so there's the disclaimers. It's not to upset anybody or anything like that, or say a breaker is bad or anything like that. These are just the numbers that's going to show you who has the highest markup. Okay, so it's not hard to do to find out what the highest markup is. Now, when doing this, basically all you have to do is look at a brake, and I'll show you here in a minute. Matter of fact, let me bring this up now so we can all follow along. Let me go ahead and do this. Okay, so here is the list that I used, and as you can see, it's from Beckett. You can go on their page here and pull this list up. And this is their list of the 50 group breakers to know. Okay, and this is the list I used. Okay, so as you can see, they have 50 on here, and I used this list so I could be completely biased with the list. Okay, so that's the list I used. Now, what I did to get the numbers, so you guys know, I could not do any breaks. So if somebody had a break that was going on that was pick your team, I could not use those breaks simply because not all the data was there. So unless I saw that break as soon as he posted and nobody had purchased any teams, so I could get all the numbers, you know, see what, because they charge differently for each team, that was the only way I could do it. So I could not use any of those type of breaks. The only type of breaks that I could actually use the data was random team, because the price is the same for all spots. So that being said, all the numbers are just on breaks that had random teams where I knew exactly what the number was. Okay, so anyway, so let me show you, give you an example of exactly how I did this. Okay, so for example, we've got this one right here from vintagebrakes.com. This is from today as I am doing this video. I just went on their website, just did the research on this one really quickly. So that way I could give you guys an example. So here's a 2009 Bowman Draft Prospects Hobby Box, one box. They have 24 spots, random pack, and they're selling 24 spots for $325 per spot. So you take 325 times that by 24, and you're going to get $7,800. So that's what they're making off of this break, $7,800. So what I did next was I will go to Blowout Cards to see what they are actually charging for that identical box. Now, Bowman Cards does not have it available. So if Blowout did not have that specific box, then the next place I went to was Steel City. And as you can see, Steel City does offer this box, and they are selling it for $5,300. So, in other words, they can pick this box up for that $503. They're charging $7,800, which is they're basically, it's $2,500 more that they're making off of that same box, which is roughly really close to 100% markup. Okay, So that's how I did it. That's exactly how I did it for every breaker. I'd go in there and see, okay, well, this is a a random pack. We know what all the numbers are. It's $325. 24 times that, 7,800. That same identical box can be purchased for 5,300. There is a difference of 2,500, which is half. I'm sorry, that's not 100% markup. I apologize. That's 50% markup on that box. So that's quite a bit. That's very high, 50%. Now, that being said, I've done breaks myself, as you know. And there is a lot of work that goes into putting these breaks together. I mean, you have to first of all make the purchase to get the cards in. Then you have to do the listing. Then you actually have to do the break itself. Then you have to sort the cards. Then you have to post and mail and ship the cards. So there is a ton of work that goes into putting these breaks together. So for me to see a 10 to 20% markup is completely justifiable because of the work and time and effort that goes into actually putting these breaks together. So I see absolutely no problem with a 10 to 20% markup simply because they have bills too. They need to make money. The breakers need to make money. So there's no problem with that. 50%, 75, 100% markup, that's going above and beyond. So anyway, so that is how I did it. So now, without further ado, let's get to the list, shall we? So here is the list. And like I said, I just used Beckett's list, and we'll run through this really quickly. My coffee. I need my coffee still, guys. Anyway, all right, here we go. So we have, and it goes from best to worst. And some of these breakers you guys may know. So we've got live box breaks, which is, I've actually done a lot of breaks with him. It's really fun. It's different. It's unique. I've seen a lot what he does. So he had a 2019 Immaculate Collegiate box. There was 32 spots at $50. It came to $1,600. That same box, total cost for the box. Now, this is what the right here. So you can see the entry fee. You can see what he collected, and this is the retail price. So there was $100 markup on that. But with this, as you can see, he didn't charge as much as the other. I'm sorry, I apologize. This was the price. I'm sorry, this is what it cost for the... I'm sorry, I had help with this spreadsheet, and I got to go remember how you did it now. Total cost was $1,600. Yes, that's right. And let me just double check that. I apologize, guys. 32 times 50. Yeah, there we go. So that was the price there, and this is what this was the price of the actual box. This is what he collected here. As you can see, he actually charged less. He collected less than what the actual box cost. And there is another one, but it was missing, so I apologize. So he's actually under the average markup. So there's 0% markup with live box breaks. And you'll see that the big ones are actually at the top, which most of you will probably know, which is live box breaks, blowout, which is Houdini, and then we've got Layton's. Now there's a reason why these guys are all at the top. They're some of the biggest breakers out there, and why they do not have a huge markup is, as you can see, even with Houdini, he's under as well. And then we've got, Layton's, not even 1% markup. Now, the reason why these guys can have such great rates is because these guys do incredible volume. So they are not paying the full retail price. They are getting the distributor price. And not only that, these guys do such big volume that they're probably even getting a better discount from Panini, Topps, on their purchases, even above and beyond the distributor, price. So they are making money, guaranteed. Obviously, they would not be doing it if they're not making money. So I guarantee you they are making money. But because they get that deep discount from, Panini and Topps and all of them, their markup doesn't have to be high, okay, to make money. So that's why all three of these do not have basically a 0% markup, okay? So as we get further down into this list, then we had a BH35 sports cards. There's their link. They had a Panini Panini certified basketball. There we go. 30 spot at $980. And as you can see, that same thing can be purchased for $837. So they had, collected $143 above the retail price for that break. Same thing, next thing down. So their markup on average. So what I did was I took all the breaks and did an average. Their average markup is 17.8%, 0.8%. The next one was Steel City. They had a 17.49% markup. Then we had Live Case Breaks. They had 17.70% markup on average. Then we had Top Shelf Breaks with 18.71. Then we had Mojo Breaks at 18.84% markup on average. Friendly Box Breaks had 18.87. Then we had Marina Sports Cards with 28.4% on average markup. Then we had Out of the Box with 33.20% on average markup on their breaks. Sports Card Breaks had a 37.48% markup. Jaspy's had a 38.89% markup. And that was a very difficult one to do, simply because, a lot of these breakers will add things into breaks. Like with Jaspy's, they had a big Transcendent break going on where it was $480 $550 to get into that break, as you can see. And there was 48 spots. That, a Transcendent cost $20,000. They were collecting $26,400. Now you're probably looking at this one right here saying, "Oh my God, they collected $1,102 on that break, but the box only cost $125." Well, the reason for that is because what they were doing was giving 2 free spots away into the Transcendent in this break. Okay. So they weren't losing any money. It wasn't like they were giving something away for free. They were still collecting the money for it. But what they did was basically give you the opportunity to, win a spot in that Transcendent for the cost of the $38 it costs to get into that break. Okay? So some of these you really have to kind of play with and understand. And Jaspy's is one, because Jaspy's does this all the time. I've actually got into breaks with Jaspy's, so I know how he works and operates. They do this a lot, with their breaks. They'll add something into a break to get into another break. Same thing here, $24, but even with this one, they were offering a spot into that Transcendent as well. Okay, so I just wanted to make that clear with Jaspy's. Now with Platinum Cards, they were at 42. Then we have this, I don't even want to pronounce it correctly. I'll probably chop it up. But it was something like Clout SNC Chara Breaks or whatever. They were at 94.32% markup. Then we had Vintage Breaks with a 94.4% markup. They're almost at 100% markup. So they're doubling the price of their, whatever their cost is. So as you can see here, there was 4 spots for $550, collecting $2,200. It was for a 2005 Upper Deck the Cup, and I could purchase that all day long at either Blowout or Steel City for $833. So that, that's an incredible markup. Same thing here. They had a 2000, which I just showed you guys, the 2000 Bowman. They were charging 20. That was just for the box, but they were charging 24 spots for $325, which is $7,800. They were collecting, and that's an incredible markup as well. And then also with the 10 spots on that, so their markup is almost 100%, which is really bad. And then we had Breakaway Sports Cards. Unfortunately, they only had one break, and it was the same break. They had 3 breaks, but it was the same thing. So it's here. They were doing 31 spots at $27, which they were collecting $837. And you could purchase that same identical, the cup in the cup online all day long at Blowout or Steel City for the $360. So they were profiting $433, which the markup was $132, $132.50%, which is huge. So there's the numbers right there. Sorry. More coffee. And like I said, a lot of time, a lot of effort went into this, putting this together. And like I said, it's just, the only reason I put it together was not to make anybody look bad or anything like that. The only reason I wanted to put this together is so people could get a better understanding of where they're putting their money. I'm not accounting for that community, like I said. So I might really enjoy a community being involved with those breaks, knowing that it's maybe a 5 to 10% more markup than if I say, for example, went to Layton's. But I'll pay that 10% more just simply because I like the community. I like chatting with the guys in that community. So, it's all on you. I'm just, like I said, this is just a number. So you guys can actually see this and do this for yourself. It's not hard to do. You just simply take the number, times it whatever the number of spots. Go to Blowout, go to Steel City, see what that same box is selling for retail, and you can know the difference. You can actually see what the markup is. Okay, so. And the reason why I say the markup is because that's that difference you're paying. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're paying 100% markup, that's big money to where you can go any other breaker and pay half of that. Half of what you're paying. You see what I'm saying? So instead of getting involved in one break, you could have gotten involved with 2 breaks for the same price. So that's why I'm putting this together. And so you guys know how to get these numbers as well. And make your own calculations. That's why I'm doing this. Now, on the rest of that list, I think, Beckett, that was probably a list they put together a long time ago, and it hadn't been updated because here were the other breakers on that list. And as you can see here, there was some of them, there was just not enough data to put them into the list. In other words, they only either had one break, or just no breaks at all. And there was many of them at the very bottom of that list that Beckett had that had no longer a website. So either they went out of business, they no longer operate, or whatnot. But as you can see, there was many of them that did not even have a website anymore. So I couldn't use those as well. So there's all the ones that I couldn't do. Either there was just not enough data to put them into the list, or they didn't have a website. So there's the list, guys. And like I said, it took a long time. A lot of effort went into this. I really wanted to make sure that everything was done correctly, that I was getting the right numbers, and so forth. But as you can see, it's really up to you at the end of the day what breaker you like to work with. It's your money. I'm just providing you with information so you know you can see a little bit more into the braking world, what you're paying. And like I said, anywhere from a 10 to 20% markup over retail, absolutely justifiable in my book, because there's a lot of time, a lot of effort that goes into putting these brakes together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it didn't take too long. I have no idea how long that took. But I really wanted to share this with you, and and like I said, it's not to upset any breakers out there. It's just so I could share these numbers, and so people could, like you guys, could understand, just a little more on the number side of these brakes. So anyway, I appreciate you hanging out with me. I appreciate you spending some time with me. I will have more videos coming up. I've got a lot of videos that I've got up here that I want to put together. From PSA, grading to other things, and I'm going to be working on those. And if you enjoyed this video, you got something out of it, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Helps me out and helps the channel grow, and hopefully I can do a lot more to provide more information like this for you guys. Anyway, I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday, and I will see everybody on the next video. Bye for now, everybody.